Hello and welcome back to Hudson Auto Films. Today you join me back with my 4x4 diesel-powered Aston Martin. That's a combination that you don't really get used to. If this is your first time watching, I am embarking on combining a Landrover Discovery 1 and a 2007 Aston Martin Vantage. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, a little link will appear up there where you can watch the complete playlist of everything that's been done so far. Last week's episode was a big one. We got the floor in, we got the pedals in, and we got the steering in and working. We are incredibly close to the moment where this can drive out of the barn. And the goal of today's episode is to do those final bits to make that possible. So, what is standing in our way? Well, let me show you. As you can see, there are quite a lot of parts in the engine bay that have not yet found a home. So the goal of today is to build a framework to support them. We can then bolt them up in their new home, then get the various lines and cables hooked up, pull the limited electrics back into the cabin, bleed the clutch, and then, in theory, this thing should move. But we'll have to see how far we get. The first thing I need to do is have a little bit of a sort out, untangle everything, and get an idea of what we need to mount. So, let's do it. Okay, so I've tidied things up a little bit, pulled some of the wires into the cabin, and what's dawned on me is I might not need as much of a frame as I thought. There's less to mount than I remember, and I think I've got a better solution. Okay, so the only things I really need to mount right now are our coolant reservoir, a couple of electrical bits, the remnants of our fuel system, and another reservoir. So there is really not very much to mount, so building kind of a massive frame is a little bit excessive at this stage. Before I build anything, I'm going to see how many things I can properly house along the pillars of the Aston frame. When it was an Aston, a bunch of things were mounted there, so I'm going to see how many things I can sensibly mount there. I'm sure there'll be a few bits which I can't, but we shall see. So let's give this a go. Okay, so I've mounted everything that I can, and as you saw, I have reconnected everything. There's a few things I've had to hook up with silicone hosing, which is definitely not graded. However, it will be adequate enough to fire this thing up for a test run. When the body and chassis are separate and access is at its optimum, the whole car will be getting new lines and everything like that. As you can see, the things I haven't mounted are the overflow reservoir, and that is because I'm going to reconnect the beam we removed here. However, I'm not going to do that until later down the line, as for pulling the chassis out from under the body, it makes life a lot easier without the beam. So for now, I'm just going to zip tie this in a safe place. And there's a few cables that I haven't housed to do with the battery, and that is because I would like to relocate the battery to the back, but that will be further down the line. As you can tell, I'm a little bit impatient. There are other important things we need to do in this video, but I would like to fire this thing up, or try to, and kind of get a sense of whether we can move it, and if we can't, why that is. So let's get this thing started for the first time. Okay, so she runs. It is quite a surreal thing to see a Landrover 300 TDI diesel engine running in an Aston Martin body. Certainly not an everyday thing. I didn't run it for very long. Obviously, we've got none of the cooling system hooked up. And really, I just wanted to check that the things I'd just done, connecting pipes, all that sort of thing, was safe and we didn't have any leaks. But what is next? Well, I first need to clean the absolute abomination that is the workshop. Not only are the tools everywhere, but as you saw, one of the oil cooling lines blew. So I need to sort this puddle of mess out. Then once that's done, I'm going to bleed the clutch, get this thing off the dollies, and then maybe we can see if we can get some movement out of this. So there we have it, the Astrover actually lives. It runs, it drives, it's out of the barn. This is actually a huge moment. What started off a few months ago as a bizarre idea, maybe not even a good idea, is now real. It's in the flesh. It's really cool. Obviously, there is still a long, long way to go. We need to get the chassis all fixed up. We need to make the car look nice. We need to do an interior, all sorts of things. But regardless, this is a huge milestone. My takeaway from the first journey, which obviously was not very far, just a few hundred meters due to not having any of the cooling system hooked up, the seat not being bolted in, and definitely I wanted to assess whether the body mounts were safe as we made them. But from my very limited drive, it felt good. The body and the chassis very much felt as one. The steering is really, really lightweight, which is surprising. Obviously it's power steering, but I thought these big wheels would make a difference, but it was very easy. Visibility is very good, so yeah, things were really good. One thing which is slightly annoying, which is stopping me from testing it further, is the car idles fine, you can rev it, all that sort of thing, no problem. But after my first initial drive, it cut out. And now for some reason, every time I put it into gear and I drive, 10, 20 meters, it will cut out again. So it is fine in idle, it is fine revving, but when it's in gear, something is not happy. So any ideas would be greatly received, but I'm sure it will be an easy fix. Next week, we'll focus on getting everything a bit more safe and situated and hopefully take this for a longer escapade. So lots of fun ahead of us. If you enjoyed today's episode, or even if you didn't, please like, share, subscribe, comment. It really does help me out, allows me to keep making videos like this and making bizarre stuff like this. If you'd like to support the channel further, please check out my Patreon. I've linked it below. Over there, I post early access content, bonus content, all that sort of thing, so you get to see the builds a little bit before they come out on YouTube. But regardless, I'm just grateful that you've tuned in today. Thank you so much, and until next time, take care, and I will see you then.